So in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, they brought back the gunsmith, but one of the things that you may not realize is they've added this crazy in-depth feature which is called tuning. You can now fine tune various different attachments in the game. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an example and an explanation of what that means, what that kind of looks like, at least for one gun, give you guys a base understanding, and then you could take it from there and apply it to whatever weapon that you want to, whatever weapon or attachments that will kind of have this kind of tuning, if you will. It's actually insane how much in-depth that you can just customize your weapons in this game. Again, you know, they started off in Modern Warfare 2019 with the idea of swapping out all these different kinds of attachments. And one of the things that they also introduced in Modern Warfare 2022, Modern Warfare 2 that is that you also now have the ability to kind of swap out the base of your gun, right? And swapping out the base of your gun will change the gun in different ways. And it just, there's all these different kinds of customization options. But one of the things that was not there in the beta was tuning. And again, I'm going to show you guys exactly how that works. So if you do enjoy this video, be sure to stick around for more. We talk about the games, play the games here on the channel, kind of the best of both worlds, let's plays, walkthroughs, guides, gameplays, gaming news, all that good stuff. So you're in the right place if you guys enjoy the gaming content. And I've been absolutely having a blast bringing you guys some Modern Warfare 2 content. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. So let's go ahead. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump straight into this. So when you go into the weapons menu, you can go ahead, select your loadout, and select whatever gun you have. I'm going to be playing around with the Kostov 762, which is basically the AK-47 for the sake of this video. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to click edit on your loadout, of course. And then whenever you have your gun selected, now, of course, you're going to have to level it up to unlock attachments. But as you can see, I do have my my gun leveled up. Also, other attachments are unlocked through, you know, unlocking or leveling up other weapons as well. And I'll show you guys how that works real quick as well. But you go to your gunsmith, right? Now we have different kind of, you know, different kinds of attachments and things like that. So we're going to go up to the barrel, for example. If I click on the barrel, you know, you can see, for example, there's this barrel here, and it says unlock by leveling the RPK to level 16. So again, if you see any attachments still locked, I mean, my Kostov is 21 out of 21. It's fully leveled up. It's probably because you have to, you know, level up a different gun. So it's kind of cool how it's all interchangeable and things like that as well. So we're gonna use a couple different things. So for the barrel, for example, and when you have it attached, certain attachments, when you're hovering over them, you're gonna see a button kind of appear at the top, like above the attachment that says tune. So if you push up, you go to it, you click it, you have this new menu. Now this menu is actually a little bit different. The tuning options are going to be a little bit different depending on what you're tuning. So in this example, we're tuning the barrel. So in the barrel, there's two different kinds of tuning. So you could push up and down on your controller, or left and right. If you're on PC, obviously it's going to be more of a click and slide, depending on what you're doing. Now you have your stats on the right hand corner, and then you have your weapon tuning on the left hand, and you can see kind of a graph, right? Kind of like a circle graph. I don't know the right word for that kind of graph. Maybe you guys know. Either way, that's not important. In the bottom section, so moving left and right, you can adjust the length of the barrel in this case, right? So if I adjust it all the way to the left, this is going to increase my aim down sight speed, but it's going to decrease my damage range. If I go all the way to the right, what it's going to do is it's going to increase my damage range, but it's going to decrease my aim down sight speed. Now, if you want kind of a little bit of a real-time look at what's happening, look at the left hand, or bottom right hand, excuse me, bottom right hand corner, right? So we're going to start in the middle. Look at my stats, right? So if I go all the way down, you can see that the red kind of section in the damage bar, it got a little bit more. So again, it decreased my damage, right? But one thing that you may have noticed, if I go back all the way to the other end, right, is that one thing that is increasing, as you can see, first of all, my recoil control is slightly increasing, but it also you know, affects different stats like my handling. I don't know if you could tell, it's very, very slight, but if I go all the way up to increase my damage range, my handling goes down. Why does it go down? Because again, my aim down sight speed is not as good, right? Because what we're doing is we're increasing the length of the barrel, and that kind of messes with your handling. You got to think about this realistically, like if it was, you know, a real weapon that you're tuning. That's how they've built this. Now, if we go up and down, this is going to adjust the weight, right? right? So we have the weight of it where we can make it either heavier, all the way up to half a pound, which is pretty heavy, or lighter, which is going to be minus half a pound. Now, if we make it lighter, of course, it's going to increase your aim walking speed, right? Let me just reset this one down to kind of default. And if we make it a lot heavier, it's going to help your recoil steadiness, right? Because your gun's not going to be kicking as much because it's heavier, but there's going to be kind of a little bit of a setback to that as well, right? If you go all the way down, for example, you have better mobility, if you will, right? If you go all the way up, you can see the mobility actually starts to go down, you know, pretty significantly. Now that's just the barrel, right? So for example, we can go and do the muzzle, for example. The muzzle is going to be aiming idle stability if we decrease the length, and it's going to be bullet velocity if we increase the length. And again, you can see in real time on the bottom right hand corner how this is kind of adjusting the stats. So for example, if I go all the way down, if I make it a shorter barrel, it's going to decrease things like the range, but if I go all the way up, I'm going to get a little bit of a bump up on the range, right? So different things like that to keep in mind. Now, in terms of the weight, it's going to be a similar thing. You know, you go one way, you're going to have better accuracy, better recoil control. But if you go the other way, you'll have better handling, right? If I'm going towards the recoil smoothness, my handling's going down. That's kind of how that works, right? So again, you have it for so many different things. So we got the underbarrel, right? So we got the length, which is going to be aiming walk speed one way and aiming idle stability the other. And then for the weight, recoil stabilization, and then aim down sight speed the other way. And that's for that. And then we have, of course, same thing for the rear grip. You can see sprint to fire speed or aiming stability for the width. And then for the weight, recoil steadiness and aim down sight speed. You can actually even tune your optic, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. So you got your eye position, right? Is it close or is it far? So if you want to know how this works, if you have it far, you can see that my accuracy actually goes up a little bit. But if I go down and I put it more close, my accuracy goes down, right? Now, obviously there's, you know, going to be different trade-offs to this. You got to just kind of keep in mind, you know, what you're trading off. There's always a trade-off, right? You know, obviously with everything, same thing with the weight, right? If you make it heavier, flinch resistance, but if you make it lighter, you got faster aim down sight speed. So do you want like a super fast weapon to aim down sights a lot faster, or, you know, do you want better flinch? Now, this actually goes for a couple other things. If we go to our stock, for example, we can tune our stock as well, right? So we got aiming walk down speed one way, aiming idle stability other. For the weight, aiming walk steadiness and aim down sight speed. We even have it for ammunition and magazines. So just give you guys a little bit of an idea what that does. Recoil steadiness on one side, but on the other side we got bullet velocity. And then same thing with up and down, we got for the weight, damage, range, or we have recoil smoothness. So again, all these different things. And then finally the magazine, I'll show you guys that one as well. Nothing for the laser, by the way. I've checked the laser, there's nothing there for that one. The magazine, no, actually, sorry, there is none for the magazine. I thought there was, but there's none. So again, there's so many different options you can do. Now, this is just one example. I'm just using the Kostov 762 with these specific attachments, but there's a ton of different attachments. Like I said, you unlock for other weapons, and then you can use on other weapons that you unlock, like, you know what I mean? Like you unlock attachments for the RPK, and I can use them on the Kostov, right? And then I can fine tune those. And it's just insane. So the level of depth with the customization in the Gunsmith 2.0 is so much far beyond than anything we could have ever imagined. It's so crazy. You can spend countless hours. I mean, we have a 2-year cycle for this Call of Duty, and I think even by the end of that 2-year cycle, I think even by then, there's going to be still brand new kind of, you know, class setups and just kind of, you know, optimizations of different kind of, gun setups that people are going to be figuring out. It's going to be crazy. There's so much depth to this. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and I just cannot wait to see what you guys and everyone else in the community comes up with. So anyways, I hope that helped you guys out, gave you a little bit maybe of information that you weren't really understanding as much, or maybe you didn't even know about. So have at it, give it a go, and let me know what you guys create down in the comment section below. And man, it's pretty insane. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys soon in another one. Stay safe, stay well, and until then, game on, and thanks for watching.